So, good evening. As promised in the WhatsApp group as well as in the previous video of the market outlook. So, this is the long game part one, which means some stocks which are looking good for long-term investing. Okay, so the investors or people who are interested in long-term investing can do the analysis of these stocks. And remember again, this is not a buy or sell recommendation. Whatever we are discussing, I am saying my opinion, and you need to consult your financial advisor before acting upon on any of the stocks which we are discussing. Okay, so I have divided the stocks basically the groups. I've grouped the stocks into basically three sections, which primarily you can say that one is of what do you call less than 1,000 rupees, another one which is between 1,000 and 5,000 rupees, and then you have the last group which is greater than 5,000 rupees. So hope that is clear. Let me bring out the charts for you and be with me for a second. So let me switch over to the charts view. Okay, I hope you can see the presentation now with the charts on the screen. All right. Okay. So, as I said, I've grouped the stocks into basically three categories. Less than 1,000, that will be in one video. Between 1,000 and 3,000 will be another video. And greater than 5,000 will be one video. Okay. So, let's start with the first stock, which is IFCI. I have marked the support and resistance. Most of you who have taken the sessions with me, they will know most of the systems which we have covered. All these recommendation is based on multiple systems which we have covered. Okay, some things which you may or may not know depending upon which batch you attended, and then some astro based financial analysis as well. Okay, so the first talk I would like to touch upon is IFCI. This is a weekly chart. Okay, RSI is close to 60 and it can break out if in case. So what are these lines indicating? The green lines indicate the support levels and the red line indicates the target or the resistance level. Now, I would like to remind you, you need to take care of your risk management properly. Identify the quantity calculation before you take any position. Okay, before you even start buying. Consult with whoever you want, financial advisors. Okay, so I'm just giving you some stocks which looks good as per me and their support and the resistance level. Okay, so the next one is Sammaan Capital. You can note this, rewind the video, listen to the video multiple times, pause, mark this level in your charts, make a separate list, and you can find out when you want to take a position if at all you are interested. So let's move on to the next star, which is Sammaan Capital. I'm referring everything based on the weekly chart. Okay, no other discussions based on no other discussions based on the daily or the monthly charts. Everything is based on the weekly chart. So people who know the cup and handle pattern or the inverse head and shoulder pattern, probably they might be able to pick it up. So this is a U-shaped structure or a cup-shaped structure with the handle getting formed, and we are good to have a good rally at least to the levels of 195, 193 levels, and if that is broken, probably to the levels of 234. All the levels are marked. I don't want to go in detail explaining what is the relevance behind selecting this particular stock. Okay, so that is all with Sammaan Capital. Moving on to Tata Steel. Tata Steel has made a high of close to 220 and then somewhere in the month of May. Okay, and from there it has fallen down to the levels. It has taken support last week, and you can see at this particular level a green candle is formed. So people who are interested can go long in Tata Steel at the high of this particular candle, keeping any of this green line as your stop loss based on your risk-taking capacity and the capital that you have. Okay. Keep all the rules that we have learned in the basic course for your quantity calculation and your risk management. Okay. So just to have a brief idea on the top, it has a potential to go to 260. Remember, these stocks are not for immediate returns. You cannot expect the levels to be attained in 1, 2, or 3 months. It may or may not happen, but keep it for long term, in the sense minimum of 6 months to a year, or 18 months. Okay. So moving on to the next stock, which is Rain Industries. Rain Industries have made a bottom. Actually, we should have entered somewhere here close to 115. But if you look further down, you can see a cup breakout which has happened recently, and the potential target can go all the way up to another 115 rupees from here. That is close to around 330, 340 level. So that is why I've given a target on the upside on the red. So this is a good pick to be in Rain Industries. Okay. Now moving on to the next chart, which is CMS Info. If you see, CMS Info has fallen from 590 odd levels somewhere in 2024 October, and now it's trading near 263. Okay. So this is very, very good stock to pick up at these levels because it's almost done. I don't think you have a major fall from here. So it is good to take a risk, buy above the last candle, or whenever you see a daily candle which is above this red candle. Okay, I've switched on to the daily time frame. When you get a daily candle here which is green, let's say tomorrow or this week, then the RSI will take support at 40 and bounce back. So go buy above the high of that particular candle, and with 239, or on the further downside 239 or 209 as your stop loss, whatever may be as per your risk taking ability. So keep watching CMS Info, a good stock for a long term. Now moving on to Reflex Industries. Reflex Industries also is forming the handle of the cup. So if you get a green candle, you know how to take positions, which we have already seen. So just go by that logic. If you get a position, go long with a stop loss of 269 around as the stop loss. Or if you have little bit more capacity, you keep little bit down, but it will be too much. For a stock of 300 rupees, you are keeping 120 rupees as the stop loss, it will be too much. So keep around this level and try to go long. BPCL, you already know, because of the drama which is happening between US and Iran, you have the crude fluctuation based on which this stock is having some momentum. RSI have taken support to people who know the range shift. If you see the RSI, it has come down and do the track shift of the range shift and is moving up. So wait for the 325 levels to be broken. Once that breaks out, you can go along with the potential target marked on the red lines. All right. So moving on to the next stock, which is Nykaa. I know we are discussing a lot of stocks. You will not have the capital to deploy in all the stocks, but I again leave it to you for your analysis. And probably if you are having then these stocks, or you intend to buy, you can have a look at it. You can see a bigger cup which is getting formed here. If this breakout holds to be true, then you will have a good potential of close to around 200 points from the current levels of 333. So that is why I have arrived at a target of close to 516. So Nykaa also looks good as per me. These are all weekly charts, but always remember, market is God, and market doesn't behave as per our whims and fancies. It has its own directions. So if in case market is falling, you need to be prepared with the stop loss and be ready with the stop loss once you are in position. Okay. All right. Moving on to the next one, which is Tata Motors passenger vehicles. Now, Tata Motors have split into commercial and passenger. This we are talking about the passenger vehicles. Very good place to get in. The last week we have a point of inflection being formed in the weekly chart. So you can go along with a small stop loss of 310, 319 rupees, 20 rupees stop loss. You can aim for a target on the upside of all the levels that is marked on the right side in red color. All right. So moving to the next one, which is Wonderla. Wonderla also had a drastic fall from that high of 1090, and you can say it's almost as the rock bottom now. So Wonderla looks good to me because the stop loss is very, very, very small. You can keep a strict stop loss of 440, 439, 440 levels. And if you want, you can take maybe in partial investments you can do, or if you have the capital, you can do by whatever quantity which you want based on the quantity calculation. This stock looks attractive to me at these levels. All right. So moving on to the next stock, which is graphite. Graphite have been in the midst of things last year, 2024 to 2025, and it had a dream run. And in 2000, early 2026, it made a high of 792, and from there it crashed up to 550 odd levels. But then it recovered. Now, this stock also looks decent. So if in case you are interested, you can look at it with the pattern, price, and all the technical analysis and the things which you normally do. This can be on your radar as well. Moving on to another stock which is also from the same segment, HEG. HEG looks a little bit more attractive to me than graphite, but since both of them are in the same sector, I kept both. All right. So if in case you get a close above 660 levels, you can go long, and you will have 100, 150s coming soon because of this cup breakout if it sustains. The RSI is already above 60 from the last week, last to last week. So this stocks looks pretty decent for me for a long-term perspective. Now, don't ever expect this to happen in 1 week, 2 week, 3 weeks. It can take, it may or may not happen, but keep at least a year time frame for all these stocks which we are discussing. All right. Okay, moving on to the second last stock in this sector, in this criteria of less than 1,000 rupees, you have Indian Hotels, which is at the level of around 738. It is supposed to be a good pick above 754, or if in case it falls down and come to 680 levels, then also you can pick it up. So any buy you are doing should be close to the support levels. And if you are having a resistance, do the quantity calculation, do the risk reward, and then only you shortlist from the list of stocks which have been shared here. Okay. Now coming to the last one in this criteria of less than 1,000 rupees, we have CG Power. It's almost at a support. So just wait for one daily candle to close above the previous day high. So above this, you go long, and with your stop loss is very close. So the risk is less, and the reward can be actually taking you to 1,100 levels in the coming months. So that is the end of first part. We have seen about some 10, 11 stocks in less than 1,000 category. Okay, so wait for the next video to come out, which is between 1,000 to 3,000 level later in the day. Okay. So that's it for now. Take care and happy investing. Have a good week. Thank you. Bye-bye.